回来了，欢迎来到我的频道，3、2、1。我正在从感冒中恢复，所以我的声音听起来有点奇怪，可能很奇怪。那天我问你们在我的 Instagram 页面上，帮助我选择下个视频，我给了你们4个选择。第一个是 Mandarin Simplified， 第二个是book review， 第三个是 all the Chinese related books I have on my shelf， 还有第四个是 my first time ordering from a Chinese restaurant over the phone in Mandarin。Here's all the Chinese books that I have. These are all the Chinese books that I have, and it's like a huge mountain. When it's on the shelf, it doesn't look like a lot, but it is a lot. Well, I'm pretty sure most of you have more than this, but like this is a lot for me, and I feel like I should weigh the book. I think I'm gonna weigh the book. Yeah, I'm gonna do that, but after I finish filming, since I'm on a momentum now, probably after the video. But yes, and I'm gonna add some more books to this collection because I'm trying to study for my HSK 4 and 5 and 6 exams, so I'll need more books. Let's go through this book. It's gonna be a long video, so make sure you get your water, your coffee, your tea, whatever you want to get, and let's get right into it. First book is called Learning Mandarin Chinese Characters Volume 1, and this is the book that I used for preparing for my HSK 1 exam. So I looked on Amazon, I searched on Amazon for books or like something I could use to prepare for the HSK exam, and this popped up in the search result, and it's actually a good book. You get to practice characters, and also they have like mini practice, like mini exercise for you to do, so it's quite helpful. In another video I'll probably go in depth. I'll probably do a book review for this. And I actually have a series of book for this one. This is called New Practical Chinese Reader, and this is the best Chinese textbook that I've ever used so far. When I transferred to Towson University, I started from Chinese 202, and they used New Practical Chinese, and we were using New Practical Chinese Reader too. And you know, after using it in class, I fell in love with it, and I was like, okay, I need to get book 1, even though it wasn't necessary, but I felt like I needed so that I can like start review over this stuff for the next time for the next semester that I had like 300 Chinese 202. Wait, I repeated Chinese 201. That's another story. I repeated Chinese 201 transferring to Towson. That'll be another story, but yes, they were using this book, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this book. I love it. Let me get book 1, even though it wasn't necessary, but I got it. And I actually got it to review. I thought I would review, but you know, now I'm actually going through it, so it wasn't a waste of money, okay? So it's just a series of books. This is 3, 2, this one is actually a workbook that I used in high school. I started learning Chinese in my senior year of high school, so this is the book that we used. I forgot how the textbook actually looks like, but this is the book that we used, and I only have the workbook, and I don't have the CD. It doesn't come with a CD player, so I can't really do most of the stuff, but maybe I should go through it to see if I can do this. And yes, that's that. I'm trying to like put them in order. I'm kind of like, oh, textbook. I'll add it to this pile. This is the textbook pile. This is not really a textbook or a book. This is just, how do I say this? A poster. It says Mandarin Vocabulary. Oh, I forgot to mention, this book is called Learn Chinese with Me, for anyone that wants to know about this book. I can't really say much about this book because during my first few years of learning Chinese, I wasn't really paying attention. So I can't really say much. But maybe I'll go through it. One day I'll go through this and do a review on it. Yes, back to this. This is not a book. It's like a poster kind of thing that you can like hang on your wall or something. But it's called Mandarin Vocabulary. And it says Chinese vocabulary essentials for students, travelers, and business people. And I think they have variety. I probably got this while I was while I was getting the books for HSK 1. I was like, oh, maybe I'll use this to study. And I should actually go through this. I should go through this. Maybe I'll make like a book series going through this. I should. Okay. How? And this one is just New Practical Chinese Reader 1, which is what I'm currently using to review for HSK 4. I'm starting from the very beginning because I wasn't paying attention during the years of studying Mandarin. Like I know a good amount of like grammar, and I know how to make sentences, but the thing is I want to have a solid foundation. That's why I'm like reviewing the basic. And with me is HSK 1. And I'm also using Chinese course 0 to Hero. That's an online resource. I don't want to feel like I don't know anything when taking the HSK 4, because if I'm to dive right into HSK 4, I might feel overwhelmed. So I'm starting from the beginning, learning the basics. This one is Living Language textbook. I've had it for the longest time. Trust me, for the longest time I've had this book, and I just, like this summer, I just finished the essential. So I plan on going to the intermediate when I'm on level 2, like after I'm done reading New Practical Chinese Reader 1 and HSK 1, I will start with intermediate. The next book here is called Chinese Grammar Wiki book. The people that created this actually created a free online grammar resource for you. I'll put the link below, so you don't necessarily have to buy the book, but I just wanted to have like a book to look at if, let's say, I'm not able to go online. I have something handy for me. So yes, I plan on getting the other collection, but you know, once I have enough money, or maybe not, I don't know. This book is called Learning Chinese Characters. So if you're someone that wants to go in depth with knowing about characters, I'll say this book is a good book to have. You can use it side by side with your textbook. This one is called Chinese Calligraphy book. This is the book that I used in Chinese calligraphy class. We had to like read through it. I can't say much because I was reading it just so that I can answer the questions, answer the questions on the assignments, and also study for exam. It introduces calligraphy to you. It tells you how the characters are written and how it came about, how each style of characters. There are different techniques in Chinese calligraphy, so this book explains the different techniques. This is called Chinese culture class. We also use this in Chinese calligraphy. It tells you about let me quickly look through this, but I forgot it. It tells you about like what was used in calligraphy, the Asian mythology. It talks about operas. What else? 三星堆 culture, 三星堆 culture, 心目无丁 culture, like just like the general just the general things about Chinese culture. One day I would actually sit down and read through it, and I'm hoping I'll be able to read through the Chinese part instead of reading the English part, read the Chinese part. But yeah, that's actually the good thing about it, is that they have a Chinese section and also they have a section in English. So if you, let's say you're practicing translation with this book, you can look at the English and like, oh, okay, I'm slightly off. But yeah, so one day I'll go through this book. So the next one is Lost in Translation. I actually don't know why I got this book. I guess I was trying to go into translation, like translating things, I don't know, or understanding grammar. No, actually I think I was trying to buy a book that would help me understand how to understand Chinese grammar. So I got this book because I was struggling with translation. Now I'm actually pretty good, maybe because I've going through like a lot of Chinese materials. I can't say much on this because I haven't like gone through the whole book. So maybe when I've gone through it, I'll let you know what the book is all about. Basic Pattern of Chinese Grammar. This book is actually an awesome book to have. If you don't, I feel like universities should recommend this type of book because it gives you an introduction to, as it says, basic patterns of Chinese grammar. It gives you an introduction to Chinese grammar. And after reading this book, I actually had a better understanding of how to create sentences, how grammar works. But I'll say that if you're looking for a way not to spend too much money on books, then look at Chinese Grammar Wiki on Google. Different grammar, you can find different grammar patterns on there. And this one was the one given to me in high school. The teacher made this booklet for all of us. It's called Passwords and How. This book contains phrases that is useful during class time. If you need to tell your teacher you need a paper, it's in here. 我是要知. So it's kind of like a mini booklet. So it's basically a mini booklet that contains essential phrases. This one is called Journey on the Silk Road. This is the book that I used during the summer camp before starting college, and the college actually made their own booklet. So yes, this is what we used. It's the same thing as usual. This is the book that I used in my Chinese in business class, or is it business in Chinese? No, Chinese in business class. That was an elective course I took in college, and we used these two books in one semester. When I do a book review, I'm gonna tell you, or when I do like a story time about my college courses, I'll tell you how crazy that course was. A story for another time. Second to the last book is called Integrated Chinese. This is the book that I used in my first year of college. My first year of college in Chinese class. And when I was using this book, I didn't understand a single thing. I was confused. And I think it happens when you're starting a language. And I didn't really study. As I said, I wasn't really paying attention in class, which I should have done. Then it would have saved me time of going back to the beginning, but you know what, it is what it is. Recently, I took a look at this book, and I think it's a great book to study Chinese. But I haven't like gone through it. I just like looked at the first few pages, and I was like, oh, it's actually not a bad book as I thought it was. So one day I'm gonna go through it, and I'll give you guys a review on it. The last book is just a book that contains a list of words that you should know for HSK. and it's called New HSK Complete Vocabulary List. 5,000 Chinese English words for levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the book is divided into section and yeah. So that's it. 恢复我现在有点排挤。I just said any random thing that came into my mind. 是 order from a food, order from a food. Let's see if you can order food. 4种回复，第4种回复。